about your kids, your parents, and your country's future. If you want to live a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, put the glass down and help us shift this cultural rot. Because alcohol isn't just killing the drinker, it is clogging up our hospitals, it is destroying families, and it is quietly shaving down the population one reckless night at a time. It is World Population Day, a time to reflect on humanity's greatest challenge. We have climate change, resource scarcity, urban overcrowding, war, migration issues, and of course, the ticking time bomb. By 2050, the number of people aged 65 and older is expected to double. I will be included in that. We will be drowning in bedpans and bankrupt on paracetamol, but don't worry, alcohol is already on the case, keeping the population nice and manageable, one drink at a time. Hello everybody, my name is Davy. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous, as you can tell. I live a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, and I spend every waking moment of that life, like today on this beautiful sunshiny day, helping other people to live the same. Little story. Many years ago, I took somebody to A&E who had tried to end their life when they had been drinking a lot of alcohol, right? And one thing that struck me when I was in the hospital was not actually empathy for the person who I was with, because I was very angry with him at the time, but empathy for the nurses that had to deal with the fucking anarchy that was going on in his hospital. Honestly, the waiting room was like a fucking zoo. It's like I'd walked into an episode of The Walking Dead. Like zombies everywhere, slurring, shouting, swearing, screaming. It wasn't a hospital. It was like some fucked up Wild West, right? I remember this old woman in a wheelchair, like clearly unwell, fucking shaking. I don't know whether it was with pain or with fear, because all around her you had drunken idiots screaming about kebabs and ketamine, right? And this is the world that we live in, where hospitals become war zones and homes for the zombies on Fridays and Saturdays nights, where nurses are trying very hard to deal with people who are sick and infirmed, who have had tragic accidents happen to them, young and the old, right? And you can't get your nan to be seen because somebody's parts have had 6 Jaeger bombs and they've decided to headbutt a lamppost, right? So on this World Population Day, I have a radical idea. If you out there listening to this, if you want to protect your elderly, if you want to make sure that your kids get to be seen by the doctors first in N&E, if you want to ease the burden on your national health services, or if you don't have a national health service, you have a hospital nearby you that you go to, if you want to ease the burden on the people who live there, if you want to prevent an overrun ER with zombies, stop fucking drinking. Because alcohol is doing an amazing job of trimming the numbers for us when we are worried about the world population. Now, I'm going to take a short break, but before we do, I want you to reflect on this. If alcohol was a person, right? If alcohol was a person, would you trust it to babysit your children, to drive your mum home, to take your place in a hospital queue? Would you fuck, right? So why do we give it free reign over our lives? Think about that, and I'll see you in a sec. Welcome back to the 1000 Days Sober podcast. And before the break, we were knee deep in the chaos that alcohol causes in the hospital waiting rooms around the world. So let's dig a little bit deeper, shall we? Here are the real numbers that I want you to hear. And you can research on the internet for these numbers, but if you are interested in these type of things, there's a wonderful book called Loosening the Grip that has an entire chapter on these statistics. It was last updated in 2019, but they will blow your fucking mind. I'm going to give you some of them here now, right? So alcohol, right? It kills more than 3 million people a year globally. 1 every 10 seconds gone, right? From alcohol-related causes like cancer, liver failure, suicide, or just good old-fashioned stupidity, right? It is the causal factor in over 200 illnesses and diseases: cancer, liver cirrhosis, stroke, pancreatitis, depression, dementia. Alcohol's resume is very impressive. In the UK, £3.5 billion is drained from the NHS every year. Almost 1 million alcohol-related hospital admissions, and 40% of all A&E visits during peak hours involve somebody drinking alcohol. Fucking insane, right? In the US, $249 billion lost in alcohol-related costs. 28 billion of that spent on healthcare, and 1 in 10 working age adults' deaths are linked to alcohol. Now, some extras that I'll throw in here for you. 1 in 4 road deaths globally involve alcohol. 20% of fatal falls, alcohol. 70% of drownings, alcohol. 39% of UK violent crimes, alcohol. 50% of sexual assaults in the US, alcohol. And 18% of suicides worldwide, the person who decided to end their life had been drinking. So tell me again, please, how is alcohol a bit of harmless fun? How is alcohol not the problem, and the people who are not drinking it responsibly are the problem? Come on, take the fucking blinkers off, right? If you want to live a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, if you really care about your kids, about your parents, about your country, or the world's future, put the glass down and help us shift this cultural rot. Because alcohol isn't just killing the drinker, it's clogging up hospitals, it's destroying families, and it's quietly shaving down the population one reckless night at a time. Okay, today's daily vow. Today, I vow to honor life, not destroy it. I will not drink because I refuse to be part of this slow, silent genocide. I live a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, and I will not be another statistic. As you go about your day today, looking around at the world's population on this day, take a moment and pause on these reflections, if you will. What is one way alcohol has harmed someone else because of your drinking? So what in one way has alcohol harmed someone else because of your drinking? What might change if you believe you were worthy of a better story? And what would happen to our world if everybody made the same vow as you did? I fucking know what will happen. For sure, it will become a safer place. It really will. Like, you will not be worrying like you do today in certain circumstances. Put your hands up. How many of you have got young daughters out there, right? And you're really, really worried that when they grow up, they're going to drink too much alcohol and somebody is going to abuse them because they will not have control, right? Right? Or put your hands up if you have young sons and you're worried that they will get into that spot and be the abuser, right? Like, woof, come on, right? Like, I'm not alone here, guys. Okay, I worry about this shit because it's going to be really, really difficult to stop them from drinking. All right. Okay, tough episode to listen to, but sometimes this fucking truth has got to come along and knock you on the chin, right? If this episode did knock you on the chin, please rate and review it. Okay, it will only take you a couple of seconds. You could change somebody's life and remove them from these statistics before they even happen. So rate and review the podcast if you can, and let somebody else know about the show. Okay, subscribe so you don't miss a single beat. And if you want to learn more about our new project, Strive Foundations, okay, 24 courses for, what is it, £47, I think. Just email me at thestrivemethod@gmail.com and we'll get you on that list, okay? All right, you ready to take today's sovereign vow? Hand on your heart, one on your belly, and take a big deep breath. Repeat after me. I am a striver who is alcohol-free as fuck, and I will not drink today because that is not what I do and that is not who I am. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, much love and strive on.